Hello, everyone. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings. I'm in Utah, Scott's in Apple Valley. I'm visiting family. Uh, Research published. This is kind of a continuation of our last one,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, a
Research
little bit more.
published in Nature Microbiology on April 31st, 2025, identifies effective strategies for safeguarding community health. Every year, over 500,000 children under the age of 5 die from gastrointestinal infections caused by bacteria. That was a staggering statistic right there
Yeah.
when I saw that. Most of these deaths occur in areas where access to clean drinking water, proper sanitation, and hygiene is limited. To tackle this urgent health crisis, researchers are working to understand exactly how these harmful bacteria spread. Would you like to know more?
A new study from UC Berkeley has revealed a surprising finding. The household environment, especially stored drinking water, may be a major contributor to the spread of bacteria like E. coli. Using an innovative method to track bacterial strains, the research team found that water stored in containers such as jerry cans and buckets act as a key pathway for infection within and between homes and uh, source low resource communities.
So, are we
So,
talking like rain catch barrels? Or I mean, if it's outside in a jerry can, that's what I'm thinking. Rain.
could be inside your garage. I mean, we're big on water storage, right? We keep them in 55 or 45 gallon or 35-gallon
Yeah,
drums.
well, I use the 5 gallon bottles from the water place, but that's sealed.
Right. And even if you do store water, you're supposed to treat it if you use it. Um, I
Ugh.
know a lot of people will treat it while it's in storage, but you think about lately, and again, I'm not picking on the off-roading community, but lately you see these Jeeps and off-road vehicles that have been equipped with these racks on the back that have like a tent, a fold-out tent, a bed. They'll have jerry cans or plastic containers for water and fuel. Hopefully that fuel. I mean, the fuel doesn't last forever either, but water, you either need to treat that, I would think, or what do you call it? Rotate it. Get it out of there and then put fresh in. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a big thing now.
The study provides important new insights into how contaminated water can fuel the spread of both gastrointestinal illness and antibiotic resistant bacteria. These findings could help shape smarter strategies to protect children's health and stop deadly bacteria at the source.
Okay, according to Amy Pickering, Associate Professor of Civil and Environmental Engineering and the study's principal investigator, previous studies had focused on the bacteria exchange between animals and humans. Her team decided to explore the role of drinking water and soil as understudied pathways. So, okay.
Quote, quote, we are interested in understanding the role of the household environment in bacterial transmission to humans, she said, and our findings showed that water is actually one of the most important transmission pathways for pathogenic and drug resistant bacteria. Wow.
Okay. To see how each of the three main pathways, human, animal, and environment, contribute to bacterial spread in these communities, Pickering's team developed a scalable, throughput bacteria strain tracking method called PIC. Was that sequence? PIC-SEQ? I don't know. Pooled isolated colonies. Using this tool, researchers could sequence up to 5 bacterial strains per sample instead of the conventional 1 strain per sample. Quote, PIC proved to be a game changer, says Pickering. It enabled us to get more comprehensive views of within and between household strain sharing. So,
Hmm.
okay.
They then studied E. coli strain sharing patterns within 2 households located in informal urban settlements in Nairobi, Kenya. These communal settings typically consist of compounds with a shared courtyard. As low resource communities, they also have limited access to basic services and infrastructure. and household drinking water is often stored in jerry cans and plastic buckets. Okay.
Yeah. The researchers collected human stool, poultry, and dog feces, stored water, and soil samples from each household. Then they cultured E. coli colonies from the samples and used PIC to analyze the different strains.
Quote, we found a higher level of strain sharing between humans and stored drinking water than between humans and domesticated animals within households, said Daniel Dae-Hyun Kim, a postdoctoral researcher and lead author of the study. He continues, these findings underscore that the environment can play just as significant a role in bacterial transmission as animals, or even more so.
While analyzing the contaminated drinking water, the researchers also identified E. coli strains carrying high-risk antibiotic-resistant genes. Such genes could be passed to other bacteria through horizontal gene transfer, enabling the spread of antibiotic-resistant strains within the community, another serious health threat.
In addition, the study offered clues about potential mitigation strategies. Households with access to chlorinated water showed a lower rate of E. coli contamination in stored drinking water. Based on these findings, the researchers suggest that community-level chlorinated water may offer a practical approach to preventing the spread of bacterial and drug-resistant strains between household members, as well as between different households.
Quote, overall, our study's findings highlighted the importance of safe drinking water in mitigating the spread of pathogenic and antibiotic-resistant bacteria, said Kim, which is critical to safeguarding children's health in these communities.
Yeah, so I think if you're collecting rainwater in barrels, or like you're in a high rainfall area like Hawaii and you're off the grid, you're collecting your water from the rain. I guess it shows how important it is to treat the water.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that water for drinking or cooking or washing. I would use it for watering. Water your plants with it, or
Showering?
yeah, washing your car.
What about showering?
No showering. Yeah, no domestic. No domestic.
Toilets?
Yeah, no domestic water.
Okay.
Sure, why not? I guess you could replenish it in your toilet, but again, how are we doing this? We're talking about? I don't know how the waterworks situation is in Nairobi, Kenya, but I know how it is here. And I remember back in I think it was the late 90s, maybe the beginning of the 90s, when they started out with the low flow toilets and low flow shower heads and low flow faucet aerators. And then they started talking about having communities with gray water and black water facilities, to where you could water golf courses and green belts with gray water or black water, that's been filtered or reclaimed or whatever. But for homes, man, that you're just messing with Mother Nature there. I think you can't be doing that. You can't be drinking water out of a bucket or a jerry can unless you treat the heck out of it. That's my thing. And I'm not a germaphobe. I mean, where I go fishing up in Central and Northern California, they say you should treat the water. I've had no problem drinking water out of some of those streams up there. Now I'm careful, but and maybe I've just been lucky. I don't know, but the more people that use those areas, the more problem there is with pollution and groundwater issues. And so, but I mean, there's no way that I would drink out of the Mojave River where we live here. I wouldn't drink out of that. I wouldn't drink that water unless maybe filtered it, but. So yeah, I think it's just a lot of common sense, and then how you think about where's this water coming from.
Folks, we'd like to know from you, if you're collecting rainwater and eventually using it, how are you using it? Are you drinking it? Are you using it for gardening? Let us know. Give us some feedback.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know. So,
all right. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.